You're going to need your wife after a while. You keep living. These men usually die before the women, before the lady. That's why we build a senior citizen home. Because man usually die early and the wife keep living, and then the wife becomes responsibility of the church because her husband ain't there no more. Y'all hear what I just said? And the Bible know that too. In 1 Timothy 5, you'll see how the Bible talks to the church, how to take care of widows, who are widows indeed. You know why they're widows? Because their husband gone.
Oh, yeah.
And once their husband gone, those widows become the responsibility of the church. Now it's a blessing that we have, people get Social Security and get government assistance, but that's a blessing to you for you. But you got a great responsibility to your wife.
Oh, yeah.
Are y'all here? There's a lot of preachers, a lot of men left off the scene, a lot of pastors, preachers. They spend time with everybody but their own family, but their own wife. And everybody jumping over them, everybody shouting over them. And once they're gone out of the world, you know what happened to their wife? Their wife ended up in the back of the church, and nobody caring for them. You know what? You got excited over everybody jumping, and everybody running up to you and hugging you, and everybody looking, laughing at you, and your little wife end up with nobody to take care of her. Are you here? It happens all the time. So I'm going to read a little bit of this to you. Okay? If you don't have no insurance on yourself, you need some insurance. Life insurance. And your checking account need to be yours and your wife's. On your checkbook, it should be you and her. You see that? You can't see this here. It's a Robert D. Strong, Janice Strong, 2358 Deer Road. I don't have no checking account. And then my wife got her own checking account. And I don't have no money, no safety. I don't have no separate safety deposit. Everything I got belonged to her. And everything she got belonged to her. And sometimes I had to borrow money from her. Because her mother told her, I know what your mama told you to. Keep back something for a rainy day. And sometimes I had to let Sister Janice know it's raining now. It don't look like it's raining, but it's raining now, man. And I know you got some money here somewhere because your mama told you. Keep something back for a rainy day. And sometimes I get in a tight spot and I have to go to Sister Janice and tell her, honey, it's raining now. And I don't know whether it's in your shoe or whether it's in your bosom, but you need to come up with something. But you know what? She usually can come up with something. First of all, this is personal. This comes from me. I have not been a perfect husband or father by any means. But looking around my family life, on the whole, has been, for the most part, happy and successful. That's my son right there. Raise your hand, y'all. He came to cut my grass yesterday. No, wait, you don't have to clap. I had to pay him. Does he clap? And he's clapping because he got paid. And he's clapping. If he hadn't got paid, he clapped in. the most part happens, it says, for which I be foolish not to give God the glory. I hold to the teaching that men who strive to be to great length to be successful should examine their motives. Are y'all hearing me? As I hold to the teaching that men who strive to be to great length to be successful should examine their motives. If he's not first striving to be a successful husband and father, his other successes will not bring fulfillment to his life. That just come a time in life when you're going to need your spouse. When everybody else, you get sick or something, and all these people that's making a big fuss about you, you get sick and stay in the hospital too long, and you see who's going to come to heaven. You see who's coming. You see who's going to be there for you. Are you on here? Where am I? I've been guilty of being more concerned at times about my public ministry than my wife's personal and emotional needs. Just the truth. And also neglecting the well-being of my family. But by God's mercy, no serious crisis has happened. Cheryl hadn't had a hard stroke when I wrote this. My family has been tolerant with me. But personal ambitions at the expense of home life are a serious problem in the lives of many men. In many cases, the father has so much commitment outside his home that he's not even aware that he's failing his family. Are you on here? You can have so many outside commitments, you know, other places, and trying to be important somewhere else until you'll forget that you're failing at home. Are you all here? Where am I at now? You can be successful in various fields, even Christian ministry, yet failing in your own home. If you do succeed in other capacities and fail as a husband and father, in God's sight, I believe you still fail. And I say that because your wife is your helpmate. That's who really God wants to help you. Don't run up and leave your family. Don't run up and leave your wife. Husbands, marriage is a covenant. The three most important permanent relationships available to humans are the relationship of a believer to God, the relationship between, spouses, the relationship of believers to one another. But you got an obligation to your spouse. That's a covenant you made between you and God. Is that true? You made a covenant with God that you would be one with your spouse. The basis of each of these relationships is a covenant, which is the most solemn, binding form of commitment that the Bible describes. No lasting relationship can be built according to biblical principles than a covenant. It's a covenant you make. The Bible teaches that wisdom will deliver you from the strange and immoral woman. The woman who flatters with her words, who forsakes the guide of her youth, and forget the covenant of her God. Here's what happened. This passage is saying the woman who is unfaithful to her husband forgets the covenant she made before God, even though it was made with a man. You stand before an altar, before a man, but you making a covenant with God. Is that right? I'm gonna just skip some of this. I'm gonna skip some of this. I want the brothers to now go back and forth maybe a little bit. I'm on the second page. Where I said, one way you can find out if you are a successful husband is by asking yourself these two questions. Do you see where I'm at? Huh? I'm on the second page on the back side. One way you can find out if you are a successful husband is by asking yourself these two questions. Is my wife secure and fulfilled? Are y'all here? I'm going to read it again. You can like it if you want to. You don't have to. You don't have to. It's fine with me. One way you can find out if you are a successful husband by asking yourself these two questions. Is my wife secure? And is my wife fulfilled? You got a responsibility, man, to make sure that your wife is secure and that your wife is fulfilled. That's your primary responsibility. And you know why? This way it should have been. You should have left your mother and father and proposed to her. And to cleave, well, hopefully you got it from her parents, right? And you asked for her hand in marriage, right? Well, ever since then, you have an obligation to your wife that she be fulfilled and secure. She was all right at home. If you got it from her parents, then you got an obligation for her to stay secure and fulfilled. That's your chore. That's your job. You have to take the initiative to do it. Now, if your wife want to work, then that's fine. But if she doesn't want to work, then you need to still work. If you have to dig ditches or pump gas, that's still your responsibility. Now, she'll help you live long. If she help you, help you in the home, if she can help you, that's fine. But the initial responsibility of your household is yours. Is that right? I know we done failed. And people don't want to hear it. I know we done failed. Our society done failed. And our community done failed. Let me tell you something. If there's no families, then there ain't no communities. If there's no communities, then there's no... What do you expect something from the school? What do you expect something from the community? What do you expect something from society if there's no family? If you don't have... What do you expect anything from the church? How you going to have something in the church you ain't got no families? You don't hear me preach about family because I used to preach about family. There ain't a whole lot of families around anymore. And this stuff that people call the families ain't no family. The woman was made for the man, not another woman, not another man. Wasn't no man made for you. God made the woman for the man. God didn't make another man for the man. Can't no man fulfill no man. And can't no woman fulfill no woman. You need your wife to help you be fulfilled. And can't no other man do that. This stuff people call the marriage ain't no marriage. You can't sodomize that. It didn't come from God. And to tell you the truth, it should be an indictment, and it should be an embarrassment and a humiliation for a man to kiss another man should be humiliating to a woman. In other words, you'd rather be with him than to be with a woman. Don't you know a woman is fragile? A woman is delicate. You rather be with old rough man that grow up beards and stuff? Something wrong with you. You're confused. Can't no man be no woman. No make a difference how he's switching out, he do his hands. Can't no man be no woman. Ladies, do you all know that? You gotta know. If anybody know it, you know it. Can't no man be no woman. My wife have makeup about herself that I just can't even feel it. Not only can I feel it, I don't even know what the words. I can't even tell where she's coming from. Women have delicacy. Women have finesse. Can't no man do that. And all these little young girls that walk around with their cap bill turned around and got on these blue jeans, they can't be no man. That's confusion. And it's ridiculous. If the answers are yes, you probably are a successful husband. If she's drained, what is the rest of that? And insecure, you should check your husband's performance. You can read the answers.
If the answers are yes, you probably are a successful husband.
If your wife is secure, if your wife is fulfilled, right?
Yes. If the answers are yes, you probably are a successful husband.
Well, why don't you just ask your wife right now? Is she by you? Ask your wife, is she secure? Are you scared, Sister Mary? You know what makes your wife secure? She should know, in case the Lord take you out of this world, there's an insurance policy. There's a homeowner's policy. Right? And then there's a mortgage on there's a mortgage life insurance on the house. Your wife don't have no business taking care of you. Your place is to take care of your wife. Is that right? You start off. Hit the drum. And no use to get mad because your wife not able to work. No use to get mad because your wife, don't have no money. Well, you get some money. Sometimes I be having little checks in my pocket, and I don't be knowing I have people put money in my pocket, and I just take it on in the bedroom, and I just put it on the desk. I find a check in my pocket, $100 somebody been gave me. And I just put it, I asked Sister Janice one day, I said, I thought I had $100 in my pocket. I said, did you see it? She said, yeah, I saw it. I said, what did you do with it? She said, I spent it. I said, I thought I had $100 in my pocket somewhere. I said, I was looking for it, I couldn't find it. And I asked her, did she see it? I had put it down somewhere. I said, did you see it? She said, yeah, I saw it. I said, what did you do with it? She said, I spared it. You know what I said? Oh. That's just where it is. I just said, oh. Then I go try to find somebody somewhere. I can't be telling her, that's mine. I can't be telling her, that's mine. Everything that's mine is hers. powerful. I'm gonna go back. Is that all right with you? This is the husband role. The Lord God took the man. You see where my sister went? Husband role. The Lord God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to tend it, to keep it, and to take. Help me say, to take the initiative. Help me say, to take the initiative. If the insurance people call your house, if the bill collector call your house, don't you run in no corner and tell your wife to answer the phone and tell them that you're not here. You get the phone yourself and tell them you're not here. Did you hear that? Did we hear that? If the bill collector call your house, and you know who it is, don't send your wife to the phone and tell her to make no excuse for you. You get the phone and you go tell them you ain't got no money if you don't have no money. You know what that means? That means, what was that? You take the initiative. Is that right? You can read it, Sister. Well, yeah.
Love your wives. Then he tells you how. Just as Christ also loved the church. It's not taking love, but giving love. A self-giving love. The husband should take the initiative in giving himself for his wife. David says, I love you, O Lord.
You can keep reading.
Receive input. Make room for your wife to speak her mind freely. And be sensitive to what she is thinking or feeling.
Is that right?
Yes.
You want to know when you want to know when you. Here's way you know when you're insecure. This is where you, young man. This is when you know when you're insecure. When your wife has to agree with you on everything you want to do. When you insist that your wife have to agree with you, and you get hostile if she doesn't agree with you. That means you're insecure. And really tell you the truth, you just don't have a sufficient amount of maturity to be married. If your wife has to agree with everything you say and everything you do, and you get hostile and all bent out of shape when she doesn't agree with you, you're just insecure. And you don't have a sufficient amount of maturity to be a man, to be a husband. Are y'all here? Because your wife is not your servant. She don't have to agree with you in everything you say. She's an individual. And she got a right to be an individual. Is that right? She got a right to disagree with you without being intimidated or being balled out. Right? You don't want to serve her, you want to make. Is that true? I said Sister Jasmine is coming from Memphis, Sister Minnie was coming from Memphis, and I had to go to Michigan. We were driving down the highway, and I said to Janice, I say, I got to go to Michigan, to be with my family. And I asked her, did she want to go? She said, well, I want to go if you want me to go. I said, well, I want you to go if you want to go. She said, well, I want to go if you want me to go. I said, well, I want you to go if you want to go. All I was trying to say, you have a right not to go. You don't have to go. And that's your right not to go. I mean, that's your privilege not to go. If you want to go, that's fine. But and sometimes I find myself, I have to go to meetings, and I have to go to, functions and conventions. She don't need to get my permission to be with me. If I gotta go to, to wherever, to the Ames convention or wherever I have to go to a convention, Sister Janice or wherever I have to go. She doesn't have to get my permission to go. You know why? The Bible told me to dwell with her. There's no places in my life that she can't go. She can go with me wherever I go. We're one. There are places I go that she don't choose to go. But I can't tell her, no, you can't go. You can't go. Here, you can't go. She can go if she wants to go. Bible said, dwell with her according to knowledge. Give honor to her as a weaker vessel, and as heirs together of the grace of life. Is that right? That your prayers don't be hindered, but your prayers be answered. If she want to go with you to fix your car, then that's her privilege. Is that right? And I'm going to tell you this, you have a much better and a much successful marriage if you learn. You're not going to know how to do that. You have to learn. You have to learn how to be one with your spouse. Just because you take vows at the altar to be one, that don't mean you know how to be one. That's a great mystery, the Apostle Paul said in Ephesians 5:32. That's a great mystery that a man and a woman can become one flesh. You have to learn how to be one. And obviously you're not one. You're two individuals. But you be one in decision making. You be one in goals, reaching goals. You be one in rearing children. Is that right? Your children should be able to come to you. I never did like my children. If I say no, I don't want them to go to their mother, and then for the mother to turn around and say something different than I say. There is a time when we were rearing children, and our children were young. I would tell them, you can't come in after 12. You can't come in. And I found out that after 12, sometime, Sister Janice, sometime after 12, I wake up and I knew I had locked all the doors. And I tried to figure out how they get in the house. Sister Janice got up and sneaked down and opened the door. I left the door unlocked. I found out why she did it. I used to never know, why did you do that? I found out that she has a different makeup than I do. I'm trying to teach my children how to be responsible. And her makeup is caring. Her makeup is caring. She's saying, well, I'm not going to leave my child out here and can't get in the house after 12. What? That's why you need a man and a woman in the home. Somebody got to be responsible, and somebody got to know how to be caring. That's why you need two. That's why you need a male and female in the house. Not no two women, or no two men. And then the man needs to know how to be responsible. We got too many men that some kind of way is some kind of spiritual conspiracy that our men don't know how to be responsible. It's sad. I hate to hear it. I hate to see it. When these young men that ascribe to greatness in political, in athletic fields, you know what I mean? Then they get them on TV. You know what I mean? They making money. The world know them and the country know them. They the most valuable this and most valuable that. And when he gets before the mic, he can't say nothing about nobody but his mother. I'm gonna tell you something. He got a daddy somewhere. Did you hear me? I said he got a daddy somewhere. He started crying about his mom and what his mama did, believe me, he got a dad somewhere. And the daddy just has to be, you just have to be responsible. I remember when our children were young, and they called Brother Jeff, they called Sister Janet, they called me. I was at Joe Morris. They called, some kind of way I got the phone, that one of the children was at school, and they had to take him home from the school. So, I don't know, some kind of way I got the message. I was at Joe Morris, and Sister Janet was at Blue Cross Blue Shield. And they called, they said, well, somebody got to come home, come get the kid. Because the child is sick, somebody got to come get the child. So I was young, I was I'm tough, I called Sister Janice. I told her, I said, honey, you go home, you leave your job and go get the kids. I'm gonna stay on out here at Jim Morris. And I'm gonna stay on out here in Cutting. You go home and get the kids. You know what? She went home and stayed. She didn't go back to Blue Cross Blue Shield. But you know what I did? I just stayed on out there at Jim Morris. She went home and stayed. She didn't go back. But that's her place. If she didn't want to go back, that's her place. She wants to stay there and be there for the children, that's her place. We raised a lot of little children. And we raised a lot of little children. I guess she couldn't keep working and we keep, they used to tell us in the church when we were young, they said, what was it this time? We said, well, another boy. We kept having children. But God blessed us.